How's this Texas team look compared to maybe the last two? I know last year was your first year back here, but have they improved?
Well, I think, first of all, I thought they were good last year. I thought they were good on defense. I thought they ran around. I thought they posed a number of problems for you offensively because of the number of looks they give. And really, they're not really trying to be complicated. They're just trying to give you a bunch of different looks. I'll compare it to this. You're like an offensive team that gives you a lot of different looks, but does a lot of the same things. They do that on defense. They try to give you a lot of looks. They'll go from 4 down to 3 down, but they're really trying to do the same patterns, the same things, so their guys can get aligned and play hard and play fast without thinking. So, and I think they've got guys to be able to do that. So, the key is just us doing what we do, doing it better than they can defend it, and just not turning somebody loose, with what we do. So, but they're good. I think where they're better probably as a team this year, they would probably say that they're better offensively. In the last couple of years, I don't think their defense probably has been the issue as much as at certain times they couldn't score. They struggled to score. So that puts you in a real bind when you can't score. But obviously, I would think they would say that they're better on offense. They're more balanced as a team.
This shapes up for them almost like a measuring stick game. My how times have changed. Huh?
Yeah, I think any time that that you play another good team, I think it kind of sets at that moment where you're at. And I think as coaches, fans, everybody, we overreact to a big win and we overreact to a loss. And when two good teams play, someone's going to lose the game. Someone's going to lose, and that's the way it is. You're going to move on to the next game and hope that in those close games or games you play, you win more than you lose. But, it's one of those things where you just look at and say, I think they're a good football team. I think they look at us and think we're a good football team. And as you said, I think in the past, it's funny you said that. It was just earlier today or yesterday I was thinking, there was a time when I was here before where you might not have always said, hey, God, if we do this right, if we're perfect, if we do all this, we got a shot. I don't think we feel that way anymore.
With conference starting, and especially with Texas, so many guys on your roster from Texas, not that they have a problem getting up for a game, but do you notice a little bit of extra, maybe trying to do too much at times with such a big week?
I think that probably was a bigger motivation before guys from the state when maybe they looked at a certain program with a higher regard than the one they're in. I don't think they see it that way anymore. I think when you're, even as a coach, when you're at a place and you're going to play somebody that you would, in your vision or your view would say they're better than you, even though you don't say it publicly. But I don't think you have to say that anymore. I think our guys are prideful that they're at Oklahoma State and they have a chance to beat anybody on our schedule. We play well, and so I think that minimizes that. When you're in a program that can do that. When you're not, you're a little pissed off they didn't recruit you and you'd rather be there. But I don't think that's the case anymore. I don't think our players would rather be in Texas. They'd rather be here.
And you kind of led into my next question. Do you think this team is to the point where they don't lose to another team, they kind of beat themselves? Is that, when I look at the schedule across paper, it seems like
I think that's across the landscape of college football. I think you look across and say who you really think is a great team. But when you watch the games and you watch the teams that get lined up and have 11 guys out there and execute what they're trying to execute, don't turn it over, they have a great chance of winning. So it's not so much anymore where there's, here's these whatever, and it's not that much anymore. And so I think when you say that, I think you're at the point like, it's like, hey, if we play well, we control what we control, and we'll have a chance to win the game. Whether we do or not, I don't know. But we'll give ourselves a chance.
When you look at your schedule, when you see the upcoming opponents, do you look at them look at the matchup in terms of how their team is doing or how you can handle their team?
Well, you just basically, we're never able to look far enough ahead other than if you watch the game on TV. And you really don't know until you play somebody. This early in the year, I really don't know anything about Ole Miss. They play. I don't know anything about New Mexico. I couldn't tell you anything about who else it is. Wyoming. I couldn't tell you. You may talk to their coaches and they may not be real fired up about their guys. I don't know. Just like I don't know if they know much about Lafayette or Savannah State or whoever. So we're Arizona. So I just know that we're both two pretty good football teams, and give ourselves a chance on Saturday to figure out
If
where we're at.
JW's the guy to go on Saturday, that's yet to be seen. But how much, if any, do you think his ability to scramble will be limited with that huge, those athletic guys at the end?
It won't be. No, I mean, are they more athletic? Will they give themselves a chance because of their team's speed to react quicker to an athletic quarterback? Of course. Whoever they would play, that would be the case. When you're athletic on defense, it minimizes the explosive plays because they can react and stop themselves from giving up those same explosive plays as a team that's not as athletic. But the reality is J-Dub's a good athlete. If he gets in space, they'll have a hard time.